On behalf of the Council of Governors, I take this opportunity to welcome you to the 8th Devolution Conference, which is the first biannual Devolution Conference. And before I go forward, Your Excellency, as a good student of the Bible, I have to start properly with thanksgiving. Your Excellency, accept on behalf of my colleagues our sincere gratitudes for the end-of-year disbursements, which were on time for the first time in 10 years. Your Excellency, also, for the first time in 10 years, we got our July disbursements for this financial year that we've started 2023-2024 on time. Thank you very much. I will tell you, many of us and many of our colleagues have told you, we were quite pleasantly surprised, and we're looking forward to that trend going forward. Your Excellency, I know we started off in a little bit of a rough footing because of the disbursements, and there was a time we, our governors, even threatened to shut down counties. Your Excellency, at the time, we had been reminded of a proverb that says, because all lizards lie on their tummies, you can never know which one has a stomachache. So if you don't shout, you'll assume all lizards are the same. So we were trying to get your attention. But thereafter, Your Excellency, you counseled us on better lessons to follow, and you asked us to come together, come and reason together, which we have since been doing with you and with your government. And we have to say that the relationship hasn't been better. Has never been better. This has been the best, I think, last couple of months working together with the national government, and we truly thank you for the partnership and support. I would have expected a hand clap for the partnership. I'm sure all of us are relieved not to be having press conferences, press statements. And to all the other distinguished guests, Karibuni. We meet again after 2 years to measure the progress made in the implementation of the devolved system of governance after its inception a decade ago. We have 3 days to candidly evaluate the hits and misses of devolution, and together we'll generate responsive and concrete policy, legislative, administrative proposals that will aim to further and strengthen devolution for the next decade. I would like to recognize the captains that led the preparation of this year's conference, the esteemed steering committee, which was co-chaired by the Vice Chair of the Council, Governor Ahmed Abdullahi, Professor Senator Margaret Kamar, Honorable Member of the Senate, the Principal Secretary, State Department of Devolution, Madam Teresia Mbaika, Honorable Philemon Sabulei, Chair of the County Assembly's Forum, and the CEO of COG. My heartfelt gratitude also goes to the Planning Committee and all other institutions represented here who selflessly committed their time and effort to plan and prepare for the conference. We appreciate you, asanteni sana. I would also like to recognize the presence of our development partners who are joining us from different parts of the world. We also say karibuni sana. Ladies and gentlemen, we gather in Eldoret this year in the context of the following. First, Kenya, like other nation states of the world, is still recovering from the devastating effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. 2020 and 2021 were difficult years for all of us. Travel and business restrictions and rampant lockdowns almost paralyzed world economies. and Kenya was no exception. However, since last year, we have proven to ourselves what a resilient people we are, and with most sectors exhibiting a strong rebound. According to the National Treasury, Kenya's economy is projected to grow by 5.5% in 2023 and above 6% over the medium term. Second, our economy and social sectors continue to experience disruption from shocks of climate change. According to the United Nations Environmental Programme, UNEP, while Africa has contributed negligibly to the changing climate, with just about 2 to 3% of global emissions, it stands out disproportionately as the most vulnerable region in the world. To bring the reality closer home, we are just recovering from a prolonged and distressing drought that cost us many lives and livelihoods. Third, we are on the last mile of the implementation of the Sustainable Development Goals, the SDGs. The UN Agenda 2030 has 7 more years to go. SDG indicators are embedded in the Vision 2030 through the medium-term plans, and we are indeed in the last decade of action for both the SDGs and the Vision 2030. With each SDG having a linkage to a county function, it is undeniable that the realization of the socio-economic targets in both the global and national agendas will crystallize at the county level. Your Excellency and distinguished guests, the story of the journey of devolved governments over the last 10 years is one worth telling. I was privileged to serve as the first Cabinet Secretary of the then Ministry of Devolution and Planning. I experienced firsthand the intrigues of the Big Bang transition from the centralized system to the devolved one. On the onset, all of us were delighting in the success of the first election following the promulgation of the Constitution 2010. The inclusion of senatorial, gubernatorial, and members of county assembly positions opened the elective space for more opportunities to serve in the public sector. This was exciting and brought a lot of enthusiasm and joy, but it was, at the time, very short-lived. Soon thereafter, there came a conflict between the national government and the then new county government. Someone I suspect to be a learned friend must have whispered to the ears of the governors that county governments were constitutionally guaranteed at least 15% of the equitable share. Further armed with the knowledge that funds follow functions, the pioneer governors demanded for the immediate transfer of all county functions to the county governments. At the time, those of us in the national government were hesitant, owing to the fact that the county governments had not been fully established. But in hindsight, transferring critical functions to counties was a good decision, despite initial transitional challenges having been thrust into the deep end. They quickly learned to swim and stay afloat. It was unbeknown to me that a few years later, I would be on the other side, now elected as a governor, and asking for the devolution of all the remaining county functions from the national government. We have realized that this political space of ours is quite mobile and not fixed, and therefore we have agreed even with the Senate to continue working in harmony, because you don't know, those who are on this side as governors may end up as senators next time, and those who are members of parliament as governors, and vice versa. We anticipate that this current and third cycle of devolved governments now, having set the stage and the legal framework required, will be a performance stage the next 5 years. We are now focused on steering county governments towards the delivery of high outcome results for each of the 14 county functions. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of performance and results, we have already realized many successes along our devolved journey. Let me mention but a few. For the first time since independence, Mandera County performed its first cesarean delivery at Takaba Sub-County Hospital in 2014. In Samburu County, maternal deaths have over the last 10 years declined by over 79% since the county government constructed housing units within the health facilities for expectant mothers to move in with their families weeks before delivery. In 2013, at the time county governments were taking over the health docket, there were only 8,466 health facilities across the country. As at the time of reading the State of Devolution Address in 2022, there were 13,722 health facilities in the counties, almost double. Many counties have improved their community health outreach, improved human resource allocation and skills, as well as improved their medical facilities to level 5, such as in Kakamega and Kirinyaga, and upgrades to level 4, such as in Wajir. In the last decade, we have seen county health facilities offer specialized services such as dialysis, thereby reducing the burden on national referral hospitals. Regular training of community health workers and providing them with digital tools has enabled counties like Kisumu to save many lives through timely interventions such as the detection and management of COVID-19 cases, support to expectant mothers, and smooth transfer of those in need of specialized medical attention to hospital. We have witnessed significant county investment in the agriculture sector since 2013. County governments are now allocating an average of 7.3% of their budgets to agriculture. The initiation of the One Cow Per Household program in the financial year 2013-2014 by Kakamega County has translated into the following. In 2015, the dairy population in Kakamega County was 147,820, producing 131.7 million liters of milk annually. In 2022, the dairy herd has increased to 170,000 herds of cattle, resulting in a 30% increase in milk production in that county. In 2016, extension services covered a total of 541,627 farmers. When I read the State of Devolution Address on 30th June 2023, I reported that farmers accessing extension services now in Kenya total 3,555,182. In the trade sector, as of 2022, county governments had registered 124,420 micro-enterprises, 87,153 small enterprises, 34,727 medium enterprises. To support these businesses, counties have set up enterprise funds that have benefited over 7,000 SMEs through the disbursement of loans and grants. These are quantified in meat production areas such as in ASAL counties, high fish production in non-traditional counties, as well as continuously improving yields in cotton, rice, coffee, and tea growing counties, production in those counties. The Wezesha Kirinyaga Economic Empowerment Program is a county initiative whose objective is to organize farmers' groups into cooperatives to enhance their capacity for the sustainable commercialization of value chain-based activities. By incorporating digitization and related technologies and aggregation centers, new income streams have resulted through chicken rearing, egg production, aquaculture, and fingerling production, dairy farming, and enhanced milk production, improved tomato farming through certified seedlings, amongst other value chains. The Wezesha Kirinyaga program has had a far-reaching direct impact on 49,697 farmers, and there are an additional 1,483 farmers who have benefited indirectly. The innovative Chuka market, which has accretion in Tharaka Nithi County, has provided emotional security for parents and enables traders with young children to better focus on their trading activities. There is so much more, like ECD improvements in Kwale. Wajir is now growing vegetables, urban planning in Vihiga powered by digital innovation, and there is a lot more that we've also seen in the video. As I tie up my quick highlights of county successes, I cannot forget to mention the fact that county governments have been at the forefront of promoting the adoption of climate-smart technologies and solutions. The county government of Kilifi is leading efforts to conserve the environment by encouraging residents to reduce charcoal use and turn to briquettes as a clean source of energy. Through the Voices of Just Climate Action Initiative, birthed from the signing of a 5-year partnership with the Clean Cooking Association of Kenya, the county has donated briquette-making machines to its 7 sub-counties as a strategy to reduce deforestation and charcoal burning. There are over 200 stories relating to best practices and innovations on the service delivery that have emerged from counties in the last decade. I cannot mention all of them today, but I invite you to visit our Marifa Center to witness the remarkable transformation documented in the devolved sector. Let me make a clarion call to all devolution champions. Devolved governments have faced and continue to face a myriad of challenges. Shortage of funds, misalignment of policies, laws and administrative actions, slow implementation of intergovernmental decisions, sometimes ineffective management of human capital, slow implementation of intergovernmental decisions, among numerous other factors. These setbacks collectively undermine the powers and functions of county governments. Having seen what devolved governments have achieved and realizing their potential to do much more, even faster, allow me to make a clarion call to all devolution champions. Let us be driven to grow our nation. Let us endeavor to match the aspirations of our people. Let us commit to deliver timely services to our citizenry, and let us wholeheartedly commit to placing Kenyans first, as in Kenya Kwanza. Very often, in the discourse around devolution, county governments and development, county assemblies are often disregarded and sometimes overlooked. Allow me, Your Excellency, to take this moment to raise an issue on behalf of the county assemblies. All the achievements that we have cited in devolution and much more would be unattainable without their support and indulgence. In the wisdom of hindsight and experience, we should accord county assemblies their rightful place as the load-bearing beams and the pivoting pillars in our development objectives. We achieve this by first, Your Excellency, and I know that you're very much in support of this, first accepting their full autonomy so that they can be granted separate autonomy from county governments. And it will also ease a lot of pressure on our side as governors so that we are always not push and pulling between the county assemblies and the county governments. The second thing, Your Excellency, is that as your government strives to excel from the bottom up, county assemblies are in fact the footprint of government for Mwananchi. Their community obligations, Your Excellency, as you well know, may not be sufficiently captured in their job descriptions. Yet their enumerations has been reduced over the year. Your Excellency, you can imagine those who were county assembly members in the previous and ran again to be re-elected, only to come and find that their terms had been reduced. I know, Your Excellency, that you're wise, you're kind, you're long-sighted, you're visionary, your resolve is all that is required. And Your Excellency, all I can say is that for the county assemblies, Your Excellency, the Senate already provided a ceiling for the county assemblies. So it does not alter the budget at all. It's actually within the budget that has already been provided. All that they are restricted in consideration of their welfare is the restriction by the SRC. And we would like to request that, Your Excellency, this being your foot soldiers and those that hold both the government and programs at the ground at the bottom of the pyramid, that Your Excellency, you will consider that request. Your Excellency, we focus the next 5 years on performance in key areas that will definitely transform our country. We are partnering with the national government in all the key agendas of your government. And Your Excellency, as a council, we want to commit to work together with your government to ensure that we achieve the expectations of the Kenyan people. As I conclude, let me take this opportunity to convey immense gratitude to our partners who have supported this conference, the United States government, especially the platinum partners, Safaricom PLC, Kenya Commercial Bank, AMREF, and all our other partners. Thank you for your magnanimous contributions to this conference. Your Excellency, you are beyond a platinum partner for us in this conference. The national government supported way above our expectations through the Office of the Deputy President, and we thank you very much. Distinguished guests, I wish you all fruitful discussions in the coming days of the conference. It is now my honor and duty to humbly invite His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, to come give his remarks and officially open the first biennial